One of the most active predators of the reservoir, which is distinguished by its high speed, the strongest armor, and incredible appetite. Everything edible is instantly torn to pieces, and even larger and more developed creatures often end up on its table. In gluttony with this insect, only its own larva can be compared. Hello friends, you are on the channel with Good Time, and the hero of today's episode is a small but formidable underwater hunter, a swimming beetle. Wide hind legs covered with hairs instantly carry their owner forward, and given the completely smooth, streamlined body, he becomes one of the most agile underwater insects. Supported by poor eyesight and a set of sensitive antennae, the beetle tirelessly patrols the pond and without hesitation grabs everything that seems to be edible. This includes fish and frog caviar, dragonfly larvae, and even small fish, which, falling into tenacious paws, are instantly cut into small pieces. The swimming family has about 4,000 species that are found on almost all continents. The length of the largest representatives exceeds 4 centimeters in Europe. The most typical species is the fringed swimmer, which most likely everyone has seen, because these insects are found in any reservoirs with stagnant water, ranging from lakes and swamps to rain puddles. Fallen insects also do not linger on the surface of the water. The vigilant guardian of the reservoir catches the vibrations and hurriedly emerges, enclosing the uninvited guest in his predatory embrace. Despite their size, swimmers can hardly be considered easy prey. Not every predator has a tough, chitinous shell. In addition, the protective arsenal is supplemented by poisonous glands, which, in case of danger, secrete a liquid that can spoil the appetite of even the hungriest fish. Therefore, even when swallowed from someone else's mouth, the beetle instantly returns to its element. Unlike most predators, who prefer to pacify their trophy first, the swimmer has different rules, holding the target with his front legs. He calmly eats his lunch, tearing off pieces from the often still living victim with powerful jaws. Not only small newts are targeted, but also such nimble hunters as frogs. The deadly trap is most effective against amphibians, whose soft flesh has no defense against the onslaught of sharp fangs. Tadpoles, which are not distinguished by vigilance and high speed, become much more accessible prey, and in the height of summer, stagnant reservoirs teem with them, so future frogs, one after another, fall to the beetles. Sigh. All phases of the development of the swimmer, except the pupa, take place in the reservoir, and predatory instincts wake up in an insect long before it becomes a beetle. Swimmer larvae are slower, so they hunt from ambush. Their gluttony is unmatched. Often, they choose prey much larger than themselves, but nimble fish rarely fall into their traps, so tadpoles are a more popular snack. The larva encloses prey in huge, sickle-shaped mandibles, then pumps digestive enzymes into it, turning its insides into a nutritious mass. The fangs do not open until the predator is satiated or the victim is completely drained. In America, these creatures are called water tigers. When food is scarce, larvae may eat their own siblings. Like land neighbors, the swimmer breathes atmospheric air. From time to time, he is forced to rise to the surface in order to renew his oxygen tank located in the cavity under the wings, from where the precious gas is carried through the body by a network of tracheae. These underwater predators never give up carrion either in their love for fresh and not very fresh meat. They can be compared with piranhas because in a fairly short time there is not a trace left of an available source of calories. As they grow older, the larva leaves the reservoir and digs into silt using its fangs to form a pupal chamber. After a few days or weeks, depending on the species, it emerges as an adult beetle. At first, it looks different from others, but after a couple of weeks, it gains its usual color. When they reproduce en masse, these beetles can harm fish farms. However, some species specialize in eating mosquito larvae and pupae, including malaria vectors. Well adapted with advanced hunting skills and strong defenses, their populations are stable and secure. Of course, the protection of the swimmer is ineffective against large animals, but often, in small reservoirs, it is at the top of the food chain. As is typical of beetles, the swimmer crawls well on the ground and skillfully flies, but it uses its wings only as a last resort, usually to travel to a more promising body of water. Most swimmers live no more than a year, but the largest beetles can live up to 4 years. In winter, their metabolism slows to a minimum, yet even under ice they can replenish oxygen supplies. If you liked the release, support it with a like. Comment, subscribe, and have fun. See you later!